everyone, and welcome. I'm Rosalie.
And I'm Shorty.
And this is
Skate Sunday.
Welcome back.
Hi,
to
how you
another
been?
episode.
To the next episode.
How you guys doing? Welcome back. I'm glad you decided to click on it. What are we talking about today, Shorty?
I don't know. I'm just here.
I just show up. So for today's topic, we're talking about how skating has changed your relationship with your body.
Your body.
Your body. Your beautiful body. And, I mean, for me. but for me, like, ooh, it's just, it feels so, like hard to talk about for me. Like, I know when I started skating, I was heavier, and weight loss, I kind of looked at it as like, I went into skating for kind of like, I would say for weight loss and to get more active. And, but I wanted it to be something that was more fun. Like I wanted to feel like I wasn't working out. And I was like, skating is a perfect thing because it's a full body workout, and you're really, using different parts, different muscles that you've never used before, and it's fun. Is the number one thing, that it's fun, and it's cute, and it just like was right up my alley. So, but I never expected to love myself along throughout my skate journey, and kind of accept my body more and just be more proud of the abilities that my body was and continues to learn, so like it's changed my perspective a lot. I thank skating so much for helping me love myself. I feel like I genuinely like love myself. I haven't felt this way in a long time, and it's so I'm happy for me. I'm happy for me. Because it doesn't matter what I've learned through skating. It doesn't matter what your size is, but it's just, going out there and having fun, like, and the abilities that you learn, your tricks, the things you can do, and becoming one with your body.
So when I started skating, I was a little bit younger than Miss Rosie right here, but I was in a place of just kind of being comfortable with the fact that I didn't love my body and that I had all of these insecurities, and that I never expected to be in a place where I would be cool with myself. And I would like to say it came with age, but it definitely did come with roller skating and seeing my progress and seeing the things that I'm capable of, and also being surrounded by so many different body types within derby, within rink community, within every type park skating. There's so many different types of people with different styles of skating, and it's all so subjective to who you are, and it's really made me appreciate each individual body. And it's kind of like, if I could look at this other person and admire them for what their body can do, there's no reason why I can't too. So I've really made it an effort to, even if I'm looking at myself and I'm not quite 100% okay with myself, like, that's okay too.
Yep.
And you just gotta kind of be cool with where you're at. And my relationship with my body has changed tremendously. I don't hate myself, and I don't hate anybody. I think I was just in a sad place about myself too. So being physical and seeing that progress really changed my perspective on how I feel about myself. And I still struggle with a lot. I'm not going to say I'm 100%. I still struggle with eating problems and a lot of other things that has a lot to do with working in the food industry for so long. But, I can say that skating has been my saving grace in really caring for my body.
One of the aspects of skating that I love, not only as a hobby, but it's physically challenging to do. It's hard. It's difficult. And like you said, meeting different skaters, whether it be in park or in the rink, everyone has different abilities to what they can do. There's some people that can I don't know, like do different tricks, and it's not body specific. It's just like their body can do that, and this person, their body can do that. But it's not like you got to be shaped like a Coke bottle and like to toe spin.
I think the roller skating community is a good environment for body acceptance. I do know like a lot of skaters experience bullying in the environment, and you know, I think the younger generations are doing a lot better of a job at being accepting of each other, but I think there's a lot to learn as far as how we treat each other and being kind and understanding that, you know, this person may be at their body, this person may be where they are at with their body because of this or health condition, or they're going through something or anything. So it's very important to be kind to everybody and not be like, oh, well, maybe if you worked on your core more, you'd be able to drop in instantly. Like it's not like that. And it's really important to understand that.
It's true. It's hard for me to talk about sometimes because when I started skating, like I did not like my body. I didn't. And something I didn't like about trying to go through a gym type of style of fitness, not to like rag on their type of training, but a lot of it was about like goals and like gains and writing down like, all right, this week how much did you lose or how much did you gain, because some people wanted to gain or lose weight. It just depended on what you wanted to do. And it's just like, it's just too much like for me.
Yeah, we already got a full-time job.
Like I'm not trying to do all that. Yeah, like, you know, skating, no matter what you're doing, it's strenuous. Like it's work. It's you know, that's why I enjoy it so much. Like it's like I feel good when I do it. It makes my body feel strong.
Yeah.
And I feel pretty too, like, you know, even when I am being like aggressive on the ramps, you know, but now I feel like I love myself. I feel like I accept myself a lot better. I'm okay with wherever I'm at.
Right.
And skating opened that up for me. So I'm very grateful to skating for that.
A big part of the practice of accepting where I am too was getting used to being seen on roller skates in public places. Was really extremely hard at the beginning, especially in the baby draft stages of skating when you're not completely stable and you already feel really silly, and then you're like, oh my god, like, you know, my body's not where it's at either. Am I gonna get made fun of? You know, do I look stupid? That's a lot too. So it's just kind of like releasing just, you know, whatever anybody looks or thinks of me when they see me that's negative is their problem. And I just need to be present in what I'm working on right now and kind of space out from realizing that I'm being seen until it's okay with me and I can be more comfortable with it. Because I do know that's a big thing to overcome, is being seen. And it took me going skating a lot by myself downtown when everybody's like out drinking like normal people, and I'm just like, but like, you know, it became fun for me because when people see a person on roller skates, it actually brings them a lot of joy, even if you're not 100% great at it. And honestly, that gave me a lot of confidence in being seen.
Oh my god, I feel like I know what you're talking about, because when I started skating, just like skating around my neighborhood, baby deer, like couldn't skate for like more than 2 minutes. I'm telling you, 2 minutes, like for real. Like my back was hurting. My body couldn't do much when I was new. And I had some neighborhood boys, were like teenage boys, and they would like take pictures and like film me and like laugh and shit. And that like sucked. That really sucked.
Who? Where are they?
That like, and in my head, like I already felt, like you just said, I felt goofy. I felt silly for even doing that. Like I felt like I wasn't even invited into the space to begin with. Mm-hmm. So like, you're not supposed to be here and you're already doing something goofy. And you could hurt yourself. You got these people laughing at you, like fit literally there,
Yeah.
laughing at you, taking pictures because they've never seen this before.
Right.
And in my head, it could have been like they saw me and they just like were like, oh, so cool, like dope. But I was thinking so bad about myself that I was like, well, they're laughing at your weight. They're laughing at your fat, like jiggling as you try to like do this thing. Like I just went really negative about it. Like I just like went to a negative place instead of like, it took me a while to like learn that, like the 365 challenge, for example, where you have to film yourself every day. Even though I couldn't do it and there's parts of it that are toxic and some people love it, whatever your view is on it, it did help me like get used to seeing myself and like accepting it. Because like when I first filmed myself skating, I was like, ugh, like I don't want to look at this. And then over time, I was just like, hey, like, look at you go. Like, and I would go back and like go forward. And I still do that now. I'm not a part of the challenge or anything. I just like to film my progress. And I'm just so proud of like what my body can do. I don't even look at what size I am, what I'm wearing. Most of the time, I'm like, like, you know, I don't care. So now it's different. But I just had a negative view about myself when I started skating, and it was very scary for me. And now it's not, but I understand why if you're new to it, it may seem scary. But I want everyone to experience the joy that roller skating can bring you. It helps me not put limitations on myself, because if I see another body type doing it that's similar to mine, I'm like, I could fucking do that too. So
since we're talking about body positivity, we brought our good friend Carmen Slam Diego back.
Carmen Slam Diego.
You may recognize her from our Car Minute last season. We are so excited to have her back. She's a close friend of the show.
Yes, and she's always posting like really dope body positivity art, skate related and non-skate related, and we want to talk about it.
Hello. Oh my God. No, she didn't.
Look at you.
Hello.
Look at our little treat.
Oh my, is that sprinkles?
Yeah, I did it just for you.
Oh my
goodness.
God.
You're a little ice cream scoop.
You're a
Can you
little
hear me
cherry.
okay?
You're the cherry on the scoop.
Oh my God, she got the pigtail assignment.
The pigtail.
They were almost like high up too, but I brought them down.
Carmen Slam Diego.
Welcome to Skate Sunday.
Hi, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for joining us.
We're so excited to have you come for an interview. If you can, just introduce yourself, your name, handle, and your pronouns.
Okay, I'm Carmen Slam Diego. That is also my handle on Insta. My pronouns are she, her, and I am in Central Florida, currently in Orlando,
So
in the O-Town.
So what's up? Like, what's good? Like, what's happening? Like, what are we talking about today?
I mean, whatever you all want to talk about. I'm super excited to like talk to you both.
Yeah, of course. Well, I have some questions about the Orlando skate scene, you know, from your perspective. Like, I know you're in roller derby. Shout out your team.
Orlando Roller Derby. We actually have a game later this month. So like scope out our IG. All the info will be on there. It's super exciting. The games are family friendly and it's definitely a good time.
Perfect. What position do you play?
Well, I am actually not playing right now because I am off. Well, I'm basically on medical leave because in November I had surgery on my knee. So I'm out right now. I'm just kind of helping out, but I do help with the events for the league and I'm just there cheering them on or helping out any way I can.
Awesome. And that's just as important.
Yes,
Yep. Number one hype person. That's me.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but because I do not know much about Derby, but it's pretty much everyone that's in Derby, all the events and the things that go on, even the setup, it's y'all doing everything, right?
Yeah, we're a skater run league. So basically, we organize all of our games, all of our events. We raise money through dues and through different fundraisers and all kinds of volunteering in the community. So that's basically everything is done by the skaters for the
Okay.
league.
Yeah. Um, so earlier in the podcast, Shorty and I were talking about body positivity and this and skating and how they, kind of go hand in hand. And I've seen on your Instagram, we've been friends for a minute.
For a car minute.
Yeah, for a car minute. And I see you're always posting body positivity things and just shedding your perspective on it. So I'll let you take the floor if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like to be a positive source of information when it comes to body positivity or even body neutrality. You don't necessarily have to be in love with your body. You just don't want to hate who you like, the skin that you're in. Because everybody has times where they're not necessarily like in the best of moods and they get kind of down on yourself, but you don't want to hate your body because your body does so much for you. And I definitely feel like skating is one of those things that really connects you to your body, regardless of what size you are, because no one is born inherently skating. It's something that you learn. And so as you go on, you kind of connect with that. And having had injuries in the past as well, you kind of become a little bit more conscious of your body and what it can do for you. And you always want to think of what it can do for you as opposed to what it can't do. Because our bodies are crazy and they can do a lot for us.
I love that perspective of not being like, oh, I need to be like super positive. I just need to be okay with where I'm at. And that's something I personally have had to accept too, is because I fluctuate a lot. And I just like feel like it's so important to just be able to look at yourself and be like, this is where we're at today. And this is where we're supposed to be. And I'm doing great and I love it. And, there's no attachment to being like, I need to constantly be in love with myself because that's not realistic. And that's just as stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, just like people who love their plants, like a tree goes through seasons. There are times where there are more leaves. There's time when it's less. Just like your body you're gonna grow, you're gonna slim down. It's gonna change as time goes on. So you just want to be able to be gracious for what you have, and just be able to like just be content with who you are, as far as it goes with body wise.
Oh, so beautiful. Y'all gonna make me cry. I mean, I'm lost for words. Like you just said it so beautifully.
I mean, it gets hard. It's not easy. And that's why I say it's better just to be body neutral as opposed to like body positive. I mean, because especially with the way that the algorithm works. And so it can get really hard. It can be really easy to start to compare yourself to others. And that's when you really have to think like you should compare yourself to who you were the day before. And you're comparing yourself to your past you, not necessarily to anyone around you, because they're all on their own journey as well.
You mentioned the algorithm briefly. Can you go a little into that?
Well, I mean, we all know like peak COVID when everyone was getting into skating, a lot of people posting, and what was being pushed up the pages were a lot more of thinner, able-bodied people of a very similar size, usually smaller sizes. And it's basically, they were just being pushed up on the page. And because there was such an influx of people posting, you would get lost because that's what generically society is supposed to like in a way. And so it was definitely hard at first to find people online that had your similar body type. And it was definitely like a hunt searching through tags. It did definitely get a little bit easier once bigger, like there were some basically influencers that had bigger accounts that were sharing other plus size skaters. Check out the hashtag Fat Skate Love. And so basically, I went through that and I just started following a lot of people that looked like me, because you want to see people that look like you. So you have something to, I don't want to say aspire to, but not that, I want to use the right wording.
Is it you saw the representation and it made it seem like, hey, like someone with a similar body type can do that trick or can do that move, and like it's not limited to one body type what you're able to do.
That's exactly what it is. It's the representation. And coming from roller derby initially, roller derby always kind of had lots of different body types. It's something that it really prided itself on when I joined. So it was something that was always kind of put it in a positive light. The fact that everyone was so differently sized, everyone was so unique, because each of those things brought different skills to the track. Someone who is really tall has advantages to someone who's really short compared to someone who's wide to someone who's thinner. So you really could use your differences as a positive in derby. So there were already some skaters that I followed from derby that were plus size skaters, and they were starting to go out into the parks. But it wasn't necessarily something that was consistently being posted online. And so it was hard at first to find a community of plus size skaters that you could basically get advice from. And I would say the majority of people found each other through Facebook groups, because we had like a plus size skater page, and people would post their Instagram on there. And that's how we found a lot of us.
Oh, I didn't know
was
that.
Through there. Yep. I'm pretty sure the page is still around, but it was a plus size roller skaters. Like, I think it was plus size roller derby, and they started going into the parks, and we had a plus size roller derby page, and it was like, hey, where can you get fitness clothes? It started out really more so like that. And for advice for skating. But then as more skaters started to join the community, and started posting their Instagram pages, we really wanted to follow each other, because it was a way for us to root on each other and see someone your size doing something similar. Because it's great to see someone doing something that you're like, oh shit, I'm able to do that. And we definitely have, there are like different little group chats going around where we're like talking to each other and like giving pad recommendations and different kinds of like, oh, hey, you got to go check out Target because they have these shorts on sale.
Speaking of like safety pads, what recommendations do you have for safety gear that you find are more inclusive and accommodating?
Well, I will say that when the thick set came out, it definitely did help create pads that were not just black and white, because to get pads in a bigger size, it was really hard to find anything that wasn't just like a solid color. So I will say, with the big resurgence in roller skating, that was definitely something that was nice to see. Different basically variety in what we're able to have. And that's still something that I feel really needs more work as far as it comes in the skate community. Because we're the ones, plus size people, we have money, we will spend our money on quality things.
Yeah.
And for example, the thick set, some people are able to wear it, but they are not able to actually slide the sleeve up on their leg. So really they're just wearing it as an outside pad. So you're not really using the pad to its full.
I'm sorry to cut you off. What brand is this? Is this the Moxie one?
But it's 187. 187 makes the pads. And essentially I think they were their like street pad that Moxie did a special colorway or something like that. And they did a special line with Shove where they took her measurements and they used that to create the thick set. But everyone's different. So there are some people that are bigger that would have to basically modify their pads. And when you're modifying your pads, you're taking a certain level of safety out of it. When I first started roller derby, you get like the generic kind of fresh, neat kit, and those pads are meant to last you through recruitment before you have to pay big money to level up, because pads aren't cheap, especially ones with a lot of cushion that are going to give you the protection you need, especially for derby or for park skating. And as a bigger girl, as a bigger person, I'm taking slightly harder falls because that's just how gravity and just how it works. It's more weight going down on my knees. So I want to make sure that I'm protecting them, especially because I just paid for a new one.
Right. And not only that, but a lot of roller derby teams, like if you first start, you don't always have your own gear. So you're relying on loaner gear, and they don't always have sizes for everyone or matching pairs of a set. Like it's really hard to feel included in something when there's not enough for you available.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember my first set of pads, I actually had a friend add some Velcro to the end of it because it didn't go all the way around the top of my thigh. And so it's just little things like that that are frustrating, and it can get discouraging, especially because we're paying so much more because for some reason bigger sizes cost more.
And you're sacrificing your safety on top of it because you're not utilizing the gear the way it's intended to be worn.
Exactly. And a lot of times it's fine just having, for example, I have the 187 Derby Pro pads. I love those knee pads.
Me
They're
too.
super cushiony.
They're great.
They're like falling on pillows. I've actually fallen on them since having knee surgery, and I didn't notice it at all. And I still can't technically kneel. I still feel a little pain when I kneel on my bare knee. So taking a small fall with those, I didn't notice it at all. So it was great. But those only come in black unless you pay to get the custom ones.
Yeah.
And if I want to get colorful ones, even just the regular colors that they have, I still have to pay an additional fee to get them custom. So it's frustrating, but it's cool in a way that the market is changing, but I wish it would change a little bit faster.
Yeah, you're right. And it's not like there's, like you said, there's not a demand for it.
And it's not even just roller skaters. I mean, these pads go for skateboarders, for BMX bikers, and there are athletes of all different sizes that could benefit from using these different kinds of, for using these pads. Because I remember there was a point in time where I was looking into like padded shorts, because, you know, we want those pads to protect our hips, our tailbone. And they didn't have any that fit me. I would have had to like modify them. So I was looking into men's hockey padding, football player padding, because they have all that extra room because they're usually bigger people.
Because they're big dicks.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I had to.
Yeah. So much room for their cocks. No.
Yeah.
I know. I need all of that room. And so it got frustrating. It definitely was frustrating. And that's how I found these Facebook groups for plus size skaters, was looking around, and they'd be like, oh, hey, I know someone that is in this Facebook group. You should check it out. And that's where we would share different kinds of things for like chub rub and like different kinds of like bigger sports bras that are more supportive and like discount codes for things like that, because it can get pricey.
Oh yeah, I definitely could speak on the bra. I got some titties. Like when I found, I use the SheFit bras. I
was literally going to tell you to use the SheFit
come at
ones.
Me. SheFit, if you're listening, sponsor me. But
I would love one.
They are like bras that, damn, this is a free ad. I can't do it. They're bras. Okay, I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. For you Skate Sunday listeners,
we're gonna tag them.
This is free for you. But the SheFit bra is an adjustable bra, and they come in all types of sizes. I am actually a 3X in it. I'm a triple D or in E, not to brag. But some people, their weight fluctuates. Mine definitely does. And I love the adjustability because, you know, if you get smaller, you could like Velcro it smaller. If you get bigger, you could make it bigger. So I think it's a very inclusive bra, you know? So
Oh yeah, for sure.
get
And
the
they're
Shifa
I
bra.
like I get their emails and like they're always adding colors and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, I, I want to
Yeah.
get
If,
one of those.
is there I guess like is there anything skate wise that you would say is more plus size friendly or big girl friendly, big person friendly?
In regards to
Just
what?
any
Like,
other skate equipment that you would say is more like, I know you said pads and the shorts. Would you say any of like the boots or like the plates? Because I've heard
Wheels.
wheels, anything
yeah,
like
okay.
literally
So
anything that could help some of the listeners that may be plus size and are looking for these solutions or just don't know.
yeah, so I mean, something that I feel like a lot of skaters that started during the pandemic or don't really have a lot of skate knowledge, don't really know, is that your weight does affect the hardness of the wheels that you should be using and where you are. So you might see someone skating around with really, really hard wheels, like 101 wheels, um, and they're a little bit heavier as opposed to someone who's a little bit lighter. Those wheels are going to act a little bit different depending where you are. It's more so with the gummy wheels. So someone who is heavier on a pair of 78 wheels is going to feel like they're basically skating through mud because your weight is pushing down into your wheels more, and those wheels it's taking all of those shock. Excuse me. And so with it taking that shock, I mean, they are rubber. At the end of the day, they're made of a polymer that's going to flex. They're intended to absorb shock. So just like a car tire, the heavier your car is, you're going to notice your tire bending. It's not going to be noticeable in skate wheels, but depending on where you're skating, you'll notice the difference. So, for example, in Derby, someone who is a heavier person might want harder wheels because then they're going to be able to move a lot faster. But maybe they don't want to move fast. Maybe they want to feel really grounded. So they might work on a softer wheel. That might be something that works for them. So it's definitely something to keep in mind when you are buying gear. So it definitely is worth looking around, asking, like finding those Facebook groups and asking what works for other people, because that's going to be the best way to get that knowledge. And I was lucky that I started in Derby, so I had the people around with that knowledge to share with me. And I feel like that was something that a lot of the people in the pandemic were searching for online and found through meeting other people in the community. But I do still feel like there are some things that have gotten like kind of like lost.
Mm-hmm.
Totally, yeah. And it's kind of like you have to scramble for that information everywhere.
Yeah, you definitely have to search around. And a lot of the resources now that have that on there are still like older Derby resources where it'll have the little chart and it'll be like indoor, outdoor, the different
Yeah,
hardnesses.
I
And
definitely have come across those.
there are a few of them that do have like your weight. So like if you're heavier, you're usually going to want a slightly harder wheel
Mm-hmm.
just in general, because you're going to be putting more pressure down into the ground. So if you want something super soft and you want I mean, there are some people that wear really soft wheels because they love the workout. It's a really good way to like build endurance, because if you're skating on like rough terrain and really like, or even if you're skating on soft terrain and really soft wheels, you're going to get more of a workout than if you are using hard wheels, because you're getting more like friction. There's more contact with the ground.
And a quick thanks to our sponsor, Sunshine Skate. This is an apparel brand by our friend Uwe. They print all of these on their own. Each design is a limited edition, so make sure if you see something, you grab it quick. And make sure to check out the shop because a lot of the older designs that you missed out on are back. and grab yourself some cool shirts. Personal favorite currently is the My Chemical Romance ones. Shout out to my emo babies.
Yeah, there's so many awesome t-shirts and stickers and a bunch of stuff on the website. So go check it out at catchinglizards.net and get yours today. That's catchinglizards.net. Big thank you to Brenny Hardcore for sponsoring the show. Do you want to slide that thing on the coping? Do you be out here grinding?
Grinding.
Get you some Brenny Hardcore. Brenny Hardcore is a skate company known for their slide blocks. If you want those really smooth, slick, slippy, and slidey slides on the rail, go to BrennyHardcore.com for yours today. They just came out with this really cute pair, and it's pink, and it's so pretty.
They have a lot of really cool colors that you can choose from. So whatever your color is.
Yeah, they got red, they got black, they got blue.
And pink.
They're yours today, and you could love them as well at BrennyHardcore.com. Hard to get into these topics because there's so, like, there's no easy way of just like, hey, like, let's talk about this subject. Whereas, like, I love the way you put it because it's like this, it doesn't have to be this, like, whole big thing. Like,
you should still be able to skate freely as anybody at any size. It shouldn't be this whole thing of, you know, you're making this huge statement by putting a pair of skates on. Like, no, you should be able to enjoy it like everybody else does. And you're doing an act of self-love by just showing up and doing that. And you're doing everybody that can relate to the size a favor by just being seen.
Yeah.
Little girl with body issues seeing a big girl on skates that's going to change her mind about a lot of things about her own body.
Exactly. And that was honestly what pulled me into roller derby, was that I saw bigger girls really being, or just bigger people being powerful, being strong, and using their bodies to their advantage and basically showing their strength in this way. And I just thought that was really, really cool. And that's something that, like, I wanted to do, because it's not even necessarily being confident in your body, but it's just being aware of it and knowing what it can do for you.
Yeah. And like, it keeps replaying in my head, you saying, like, you dropped that beautiful gem of just, it doesn't have to be body positivity. Like, I may not feel positive about it. Like, and I know we've said it already, but it just keeps replaying in my head of, like, you know, thank you for saying that. Cause like, that toxic positivity.
Exactly.
You know, and that can get too much.
And like, even all of the plus size influencers that, like, I follow, or like popular plus size people online, like, everybody has those days. You're always going to have a day where you're not feeling you. You're not feeling 100%. There's something about you that you just don't like that day. And, you know, it happens. Everything happens, you know, like, it's going to happen. But you just have to be able to move on from it and accept that it's something that you can't change right now. Or if you can, do what is best for you. You just don't want to wake up and be like, you don't want to wake up and hate your body, because your body, regardless of what it is or isn't able to do, is your body at the end of the day, and you're kind of stuck with it. So it's just kind of a small form of self-love.
I love that.
It's beautiful. And I just wanted to ask you really quick, because I know we are ending our time here soon, but is there anything you want to say to skaters of any size, but specifically plus size skaters that may want to get into roller skating?
I would say definitely go for it. Look online. Like I said, there are groups. We're out there. Check out the hashtags Fat Skate Love. That one was created by Shove. There's another one that's like Thick Skaters. One of my favorite ones that we created was Thickies Doing Trickies.
Love that.
So you could find a group of plus size skaters there, and definitely look on Facebook, look on Instagram, because we out there and we're skating. And we love finding people that we can basically relate to and just basically just I don't want to say commiserate because that's not the right word.
Link up.
Basically, yeah, we can,
up.
yeah. So we can link up and like, I mean, it's just fun. And it's just when you have people that look like you and you know that they have either gone through something similar or going through the same thing with you. It creates a sort of kinship. And that with the roller skate, how supportive the roller skating community can be, it's just usually always good vibes.
That's amazing. Thank you for that. And
Thank you.
I know you I just want to ask you really quick about your art. Go ahead and shout that out. You do some like printing, I believe it is, or making the, what is it? You explain it best.
I do lots of different kinds of crafting. I call myself a hobby hoe because I collect hobbies. I do have like a little art Instagram page. It's at DIY Did I Try? It's linked in my main Instagram page. You can find it from my Carmen Slam Diego. But yeah, I do block printing, I do crochet, I do cross stitch, I do embroidery, I make piñatas. Basically, I just like to teach myself things and then see how it goes. So I'm like a Jackie of all trades, but a master of none.
There we go. A jack of all trades is a master of none. But what is it? What's the rest of it? But a master.
Is there a rest of it?
There's
That's it.
There is no.
That's
There's
it.
the rest of it. It's a jack of all trades is a
You don't know
master
it.
of. Yeah, it's a jack of all
You don't
trades.
know it.
A jack of all trades is a master of none.
A lady in the street and a freak in the sheet.
but master of none. No, fucking, I can't remember. Wait. No, I had to pull it up.
Gotta Google. Okay, hold on. But oftentimes better than a master of one. I don't know. This is like going into old English.
Yeah, that really rolled off the tongue.
It's a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So if you're better at a lot of different things, but you're not a master of it, like it's better at being good at a bunch of things.
That's
Than
a
just
jack
one
of all
thing.
trades is a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one.
Oh, what? And what?
I like to think of it as I'm pretty resourceful.
She's resourceful.
I'm pretty resourceful.
Thank you so much for joining us on Skate Sunday. If people want to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Carmen_Slam Diego, or you can find me through the Orlando Roller Derby page.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to have you back. Look out for her next Car Minute.
Car Minute.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great. I love talking to you both.
Bye, lovey.
Bye.
That's all the time we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching Skate Sunday and listening. I'm Rozy. You can find me at Rolling with Rozy on Instagram.
And you can find me, Shorty, at Hey Shorty with 3 Y's and 2 underscores on Instagram. And if you're looking at us, you can find us at Skate Sunday.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.